The gang swing.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them sound the same. I said, me in the studio one night trying to do that. I'm like, man, cut this shit off.
Mumble rap crashed into the scene like a wrecking ball. Sure, some of these artists ride on catchy beats, but that doesn't mean they're real rappers. A lot of folks see it as lazy and a big step down from what hip-hop's truly about. Just listen to some of it.
Mumble rap.
I mean, in
Take the out of your mouth and speak clearly, young man. This mumble, speak clearly, let me hear what the you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And let's be real. The OGs in the game aren't keeping quiet about it. Especially when someone like Rich the Kid starts talking wild, claiming that the pioneers are intimidated by the new wave. Come on now. That's when you know something's way off.
What you call a mumble rapper. Just yeah. So you say yeah after everything and make it wrong. It don't matter what it is. And for real, you can say anything. I just went to the store. Yeah. For the love. Yeah.
Icons like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and a bunch of others have chimed in, and with good reason. When the legends who built hip-hop see a new generation coming up, they expect skill, bars, and hustle. If you ain't delivering, they'll call you out. No hesitation. Let's start with Snoop. He's never held back when it comes to mumble rap's copy-paste vibes and hollow lyrics. So when he teamed up with Kevin Hart to react to some of the most viral TikTok clips from 2021, it was only a matter of time before the roasting began. One video featured the Island Boys, those twin brothers trying to sing while chilling in a pool.
Gang swing.
Gang, there they got to use that word. I'm speechless. Two goofballs in the pool.
The moment it played, both Snoop and Hart were dying laughing. They couldn't hold it in. The second the clip ended, they were cracking jokes left and right. But the Island Boys, especially Fly, didn't take that clowning quietly. Fly saw the segment and went off, aiming all his heat at Snoop. He even threw out threats like, if he were to say that to me in real life, on sight, I would fade. I'd beat his, I swear to God, on everything in my life, I would.
Island boy, and I've been trying to make. Oh, I'm an island boy. I'm a just island boy. I'm a just island boy.
I'm speechless. Two goofballs in the pool.
You know why I'm not speechless?
Why?
Because I'm an island.
He doubled down with, I swear to God, if I ever see him, it's on sight. That's some bold talk.
On sight, I would have faded. I would have beat his ass on everything. I swear to God, my life, I would have. I swear to God, if I ever see him.
But Snoop, a legend who's seen it all and done it all, he didn't even blink. Calm, cool, and completely unfazed, just how a true vet handles noise. Instead of snapping back, Snoop flipped the whole situation into a joke. He hit Instagram with a playful jab saying, I don't want no smoke with, making it clear he wasn't even taking the Island Boys seriously. Just a little clowning, nothing more. Fans jumped in quick, reminding Fly and his brother that going after Snoop Dogg was a straight-up L waiting to happen. And guess what? It looked like the Island Boys finally got the memo. Fly ended up backing down and issued an apology, squashing the fake tough talk.
My fault. I didn't mean to be mean to Snoop Dogg. All of Snoop Dogg. You know, it's just, he's an inspiration. You know, he kind of put me down with the way he was talking about me. So, you know, at the end of the day,
Now let's talk about Eminem, the one rapper who never holds his tongue. Saying he's not a fan of mumble rap, that's sugarcoating it. M can't stand it, and he let the world know loud and clear on his album Kamikaze. He went full beast mode, shredding mumble rappers in every direction. He clapped at Lil Yachty, threw shade by mimicking Migos' Bad and Bougie, and even flipped Lil Pump's whole Gucci gang flow to show just how corny he thought it was.
Eminem, you is lame as hell. Ain't nobody listening to your old. You lame as.
Of course, the new school guys didn't sit quiet. Lil Pump especially had to jump online and run his mouth saying, nobody listens to Eminem anymore. Big mistake. People weren't having it. Fans and even casual listeners pointed to the numbers, and those stats didn't lie. Eminem's streaming numbers were way beyond Pump's. It wasn't even close. Pump looked like he was in over his head, and M handled it like a pro. No yelling, just slick bars. He hit back on Twitter quoting his own lyrics from Book of Rhymes. Classic shady style. What made the whole thing even funnier? By early 2021, Lil Pump straight up acted like the beef never happened.
Eminem, Lil Pump, like what was that about?
Who?
Eminem.
I remember that.
When people brought it up, he played dumb like, what beef? Like he forgot the shots he threw. But if we're talking about mumble rap beefs, the wildest one's gotta be with MGK, Machine Gun Kelly. That mess exploded after MGK tweeted something super reckless, calling Eminem's daughter Haley hot. Now listen, if you know anything about M, you know his daughter is completely off limits. That tweet didn't just cross a line, it blew past it. And even though MGK tried to let it fade, M wasn't about to let that slide. Fast forward to MGK's track No Reason, where he threw a slick little jab at Eminem's song Rap God. And that was all it took for M to snap back. He unleashed Not Alike, a savage diss track that roasted MGK over that tweet about Haley, and way more. Now to be fair, MGK didn't fold. He clapped back with Rap Devil, and folks were shocked he had the guts to come at one of the greatest rappers alive. On the track, MGK called M old and bitter, said his last 4 albums were garbage, and even crossed the line by bringing up M's ex-wife, Kim, claiming he could get with her. Wild disrespect. He even rapped about M screaming in the studio like a maniac. But we all knew Slim wasn't gonna let that kind of talk go unchecked. M fired back again with Killshot, and man, he went in. He picked MGK apart line by line, mocking his whole career and shutting down every single claim. By the end of that track, there was no doubt M took the W, hands down. Later on, M talked about the beef in an interview. He broke it down from his side and made it crystal clear. No regrets. Meanwhile, MGK, yeah, he ended up switching lanes completely and jumped into the rock scene not long after. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. But let's not forget the mumble rappers who go out of their way to trash the legends. Lil Xan's a prime example.
Hey, homie, you a... Yeah, that's why... Yeah.
He had one big track, Betrayed, and then out of nowhere, he decided to stir up major drama. In an interview, he straight up called Tupac's music boring. Like what? And to make it worse, he slapped a 2 out of 10 rating on Pac using something he called a clout meter. That disrespect had fans and OGs in the game losing it. You don't just come for Tupac like that and think it's all good. Calling Tupac's music boring was bad enough. But rating him a 2 out of 10 on a so-called clout meter, that's straight disrespect. For anyone who doesn't know, clout basically means how much influence or cool factor someone's got. And yeah, calling Pac low on clout, that didn't sit right with anyone who respects real hip-hop. Twitter exploded. Fans from every generation came out to drag Lil Xan for his wild comments. One tweet hit the nail on the head. People shouldn't be shocked about Lil Xan disrespecting Tupac. Y'all let these little culture vultures get too comfortable. Now they think they can say whatever they want. And another user didn't hold back either. This coming from a rapper named after a drug. Tupac was a poet. Universities literally have classes on his so-called boring raps. That's something you'll never understand. The internet wasn't playing with him. And it was clear he had seriously crossed the line. Trying to fix the mess, Xan performed California Love at one of his shows. But fans weren't buying the act. The apology felt fake, and the hate just kept piling on. Then things got real in downtown LA. Xan and his girlfriend Annie Smith were at a gas station when someone recognized him and brought up those Pac comments, and things escalated fast. Later on, Xan jumped on Instagram and admitted he pulled out a gun to protect himself. He wrote, "The media's gonna twist what just happened at a gas station. I was about to be attacked and had to defend myself. For all you old heads still talking about that Tupac-ish, live your own life and stop picking on a kid." The heat didn't stop there. About a week later, he tried to do damage control in an interview, saying, "I never dissed Tupac. They edited the clip to make it look like I hate all old school hip-hop."
Wrong against Tupac. I never dissed him because they edited the clip to make it look like I hate all old school hip-hop.
But by that point, nobody was buying the excuses. The respect was already long gone. But by that point, it was already a wrap. Lil Xan had locked in his rep as one of the most disrespectful newcomers in the game. And he wasn't the only one stirring the pot. Enter XXXTentacion, who had zero fear of controversy.
I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't. Tupac can't make rap music.
During a heated interview with DJ Academics back in January 2018, Tupac's name came up, and X immediately got annoyed. He said, "I'm better than Tupac, bro. Please don't compare me to him. Please don't." You already know that didn't go over well. Fans and critics came swinging. One person on Twitter clowned him hard. X does this. X says that. X takes a dump at McDonald's. Like, give it up already. No one cares what this weak woman beater thinks. Another user kept it real and broke it down with some wisdom. I get that music evolves, but Tupac spoke for a whole generation during a whole different time. Unless you lived through 1996, you can't compare. These new rappers just say wild stuff for attention. And yeah, folks weren't done. One more fan went all in and straight up called X the most overrated rapper today. Then we got Lil Yachty, another one who stirred the pot by brushing off the legends like they didn't matter.
It's better than Tupac and Biggie. They ain't got shit on Drake. They ain't got shit on Drake. They don't have shit on Drake. What can they do that Drake can do? Drake rapping, singing.
He made waves in the hip-hop world when he straight up said Biggie was overrated. That alone had fans fuming. Like, how you gonna disrespect one of the pillars of the culture? And it gets worse. Yachty admitted he didn't really know Pac or Biggie's music like that. Couldn't even name 5 tracks from either one. Fans were stunned. Like, how can you be in the rap game and not know the history? His excuse? He said he was busy with other stuff and never saw learning hip-hop history as important. When critics came at him, he just shrugged it off like, if I do it my way and still make money, why should I do it the way everyone says?
Trying to say, oh, I can't put myself in a category with Tupac them. Actually, I'm better than them. You know why? Because I live what I rap about. Them niggas was just like, them niggas just legends, like, cause they died.
That attitude only added fuel to the fire and had old heads shaking their heads in disbelief. But if we're talking top-tier disrespect in the rap game, Kodak Black might just wear the crown. This dude's gone off on both Tupac and Biggie, and not in a slick, subtle way either. He made it crystal clear he doesn't care about their legacies, not one bit. It started with some offhand comments, but Kodak really lit the fire during an Instagram Live where he boldly claimed he's better than both Pac and Biggie. And to make it worse, he said the only reason they're seen as legends is because they're no longer alive. Straight up disrespect. As expected, those comments hit hard, especially with anyone who values the roots of hip-hop. But Kodak didn't stop there. He kept the drama rolling, even aiming shots at Lil Wayne, calling him washed up and irrelevant.
We ain't gonna do all that on live, man.
Man, gonna tell me, hey, run the business, don't try to run my life. What kind of time you gonna get strong, man?
No, man, hell no, I wasn't saying like.
Wayne kept it classy and didn't respond, but his daughter, Regina Carter, wasn't about to stay silent. She clapped back fast, saying Kodak's new album sounded like a weak copy of her dad's old style. Now that's how you defend family. Next up, let's talk about Ola Runt, who found himself beefing with none other than Gucci Mane. And if you know anything about Gucci, you know he don't play when it comes to disrespect. Back in 2019, Gucci saw some promise in Ola, an upcoming rapper from Atlanta, and decided to sign him. He even jumped on some tracks with him, trying to give the kid a real shot. But things went sideways real quick. During an Instagram Live, Gucci casually mentioned he'd finish up one of their songs later that night. Instead of chilling and letting things flow, Ola got mouthy, pressing Gucci hard, talking wild on the live like they were equals. Gucci wasn't having it. Right there on the spot, he checked Ola and let him know that kind of attitude wasn't going to fly with him, ever. And you'd think Ola would cool off after that, but nah. He kept up the same energy, refusing to fall back. So Gucci did what he had to do. Cut ties and dropped him from the label.
It was up all way one. I ain't talking about my young can't need cut that.
Since then, Ola's career has been stuck in neutral. And it's clear now, going toe-to-toe with Gucci Mane was a huge mistake. This wasn't the first time Gucci Mane had to shut someone down. One time at a radio station meet and greet, Gucci was chillin', signing autographs, snapping pics with fans, when out of nowhere, this random dude came storming in, freestyling loud as ever, trying to impress him on the spot. Bad move. The timing couldn't have been worse. Gucci wasn't in the mood for any of that noise. He shut it down fast, telling the guy straight up, "Ain't nobody trying to hear your raps right now." You could see the dude's whole vibe drop. Crushed.
That's right now. Not now, bro. This ain't no freestyle, man. Yep. I thought you knew.
It was one of those read the room moments. And he totally missed it. But Gucci doesn't just check hungry newcomers. He's clashed with full-blown rap legends too. One of the wildest moments in hip-hop history went down back in 2005 when Gucci ended up beefing hard with Jeezy. It all kicked off when Jeezy dropped a track and actually put a $10,000 bounty on Gucci's famous ice cream cone chain. That bounty wasn't just talk. 5 guys pulled up to Gucci's place trying to snatch the chain. Things got real fast. Gucci fought them off, and in the heat of it all, he grabbed his gun and fired a shot, hitting one of the attackers, Pookie Lock. Days later, Pookie's body was found behind a middle school. Gucci turned himself in and claimed self-defense, and the court sided with him. He walked free. But he wasn't about to stay quiet. Gucci clapped back with a brutal diss track aimed at both Jeezy and Pookie Lock, letting everyone know he wasn't going to forget how that all went down. Fast forward to 2020, and the tension came rushing back when Gucci and Jeezy faced off in a Versus battle.
You what?
Put that in the dirt.
I tell you what.
Smoking on Pookie Load tonight.
Fans were shook, not knowing if it would stay friendly or blow up all over again. That old beef was deep, and seeing them share a stage had everybody holding their breath. The Gucci vs. Jeezy Versus battle was supposed to be about hits, but Gucci took it way deeper. When it was his turn, he dropped Truth, the savage diss track where he directly name-drops the Pookie Lock incident. And after finishing the song, he didn't hold back, telling Jeezy to his face, "I'm still smoking on Pookie Lock," a raw and brutal reminder of their deadly past. Jeezy tried to keep things cool, saying it had been 15 years and they should move on. But Gucci wasn't budging. He told Jeezy straight up, if he couldn't perform Truth, then the whole Versus battle wasn't even worth doing. You could feel the tension through the screen. Jeezy looked straight up uncomfortable. Probably didn't think Gucci would bring that kind of heat on a live stage.
Hold up, stop the music. Hold up. Hey, this is 50 though.
It was a heavy moment that showed some beefs don't just fade away. Now let's shift over to Trav, a former G Unit member who had his own clash with the king of petty and power moves, 50 Cent. Everybody knows 50 doesn't shy away from drama. He lives for it. One time, things got real on stage during a show with Meek Mill. Out of nowhere, 50 turned to Trav, said something sharp, then straight up shoved him in front of the crowd. The vibe flipped instantly. It was clear 50 wasn't playing. Meek and the crew jumped in quick to cool it down, with Meek even saying, "Yo, Trav's like family." Thankfully, that helped settle things before it got ugly. But the message was clear. 50 don't mess around. And that wasn't the only time 50 had to deal with someone testing him.
Look at my IG at least. Look at my IG at least. That's a... Give me, go ahead. Quick fight. I don't care. Yeah, dictate that. No, come on, I don't care.
Another situation popped off while he was out at dinner with Nicki Nicole, just chilling. That's when an up-and-coming rapper pulled up, mad that 50 wouldn't check out his music. Dude started squaring up, asking 50 if he was gonna swing, trying to press him in public. He kept pushing, telling him, "Just check out my Instagram." But 50 stayed cool, not interested.
Yeah, I grew up listening to your music. I salute you, feel me? But when I approached you, I was like, yo, I want you to look at my Instagram. That was it. But you was getting gangster, man. Hey, I'll fly over here.
And when he still didn't give in, the rapper snapped back, accusing 50 of being unfair. But seriously, rolling up on 50 Cent at dinner? Not the smartest way to get your big break. The whole thing got caught on camera, of course. The rapper had his friend filming it, clearly hoping to spark a viral moment by pressing 50 Cent in public. But 50? He shut it down quick, telling the guy straight up that rolling up on someone like that wasn't the move. That aggressive energy, Not gonna get you anywhere. No punches were thrown, thankfully, but the video still blew up online. And just like clockwork, the rapper tried to cash in on the clout. He hit Instagram, calling 50 out to a fight and trying to flip the moment into promo for his music. Desperate move? You tell me. Then we got Offset, who had a tense backstage run-in with none other than Jay-Z. Now, most folks today see Jay as a billionaire mogul, a businessman, a legend, but don't forget, he still got that edge from his early days in the game. Back in 2018, a video surfaced showing Jay pressing Offset behind the scenes. No audio, just visuals, but you could see the energy.
I mean, you know, he definitely talking, he definitely right.
Jay was right up in Offset's space, talking him down, while Beyonce stood in the background watching the whole thing unfold. Word on the street? The tension had something to do with a song Offset was planning for Cardi B called Cheese My Beyonce. Jay supposedly wasn't feeling it, and made that clear. Neither Offset nor Jay ever confirmed the story, so fans were left piecing it together themselves. But one thing was obvious, Offset still had respect. There was no drama after that, no diss tracks, no shade, just silence, which told fans everything they needed to know. Jay-Z might be wearing suits now, but he still ain't someone you want to test, not even for a second. If you made it this far, hit that like, drop a comment, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to share this with someone who loves the drama just as much as the bars. Catch you in the next one.